Eating fish is always healthy, and eating it like a curry is sometimes boring, and especially for children, if they want to eat fish, they always don't like eating fish in a curry way. But if you cook it in an interesting and more different way, they definitely get attracted towards the dish and they will love to eat fish. This is Visu. Welcome back to my Visu's Magical Kitchen. In today's episode, I'm going to make that kind of a very special and interesting fish recipe. This is basically a Hyderabadi recipe, and it's mostly made in all of the Hyderabadi restaurants. When you make this recipe in your kitchen, there's no doubt that your kids are going to come and grab this, and they can't differentiate between whether this is a fish or it is a chicken. And that's none other than Apollo fish. To watch these kind of more recipes from India and around the world, please subscribe to Visu's Magical Kitchen. And don't forget to hit the notification button, that's the bell button near the subscribe button, to get the automatic notifications of my upcoming videos. So without making any late, let's dive in and start making this yummy Apollo fish. The ingredients which we need to make this dish are: some fresh 1 kilo of boneless fish which is cubed, 1 fresh lemon, some ginger garlic paste, a spoon of it, some fresh coriander leaves, some curry leaves, 5 green chilies, and a fresh egg in the room temperature, a spoon of Garam Masala powder, salt according to your taste, 1 to 2 tablespoons, some turmeric, some red chilli powder, 2 spoons of it, vinegar, half a cup of whole wheat flour, a cup of corn flour, a cup of yogurt or curd, some natural food coloring, some water for mixing, and olive oil for deep frying. The first step in making this dish is to mix all the wet and the dry ingredients into this fish and fry them. Take a spoon of ginger garlic paste, add it, some salt, 1.5 spoon of it, some turmeric and some vinegar, and give it a good mix. Adding this vinegar gives a very special taste to this fish, so vinegar is a must for this dish especially. And when you're sure that everything is mixed perfectly into this fish, the ginger garlic paste, the vinegar, the turmeric and the salt, then it's time to add in the red chilli powder. This is basically a spicy dish, so we should add 2 spoons of red chilli powder and 2 pinches of garam masala powder, not really very much, and give it a good mix. Now that they're all added perfectly, it's time to add in some egg, some corn flour. This corn flour gives a bit of crispiness to this dish, and some whole wheat flour, or you can use all-purpose flour or white flour or maida as well, and give this a perfect mix. Mix everything to this consistency, and if you think your mixture is a bit dry, you can always add few water according to your convenience. Now that the mixture is already in this bowl, it's time to deep fry these fish pieces which are marinated. Turn on the stove, add in some oil for deep frying. Now that the oil is heated perfectly, it's time to drop in these marinated fish pieces and fry them. Fry them until they are golden brown. Let them fry perfectly to a golden brown color on one side, then we can turn it to another side. Now that it's cooked perfectly into golden brown on one side, it's time to turn them to another side and let it cook on the other side perfectly as well. Generally, using this fork to turn the pieces around in this deep frying oil always makes me to feel comfortable, and that's the reason I use this. Now that the fishes have fried up perfectly to the golden color, it's time to transfer them to a plate. And repeat the same in the same way with other batches. Now that the fish is perfectly fried and ready, it's time to coat it with some sauces, and that's what the speciality of Apollo fish is. And take a wok, heat it perfectly. While the wok is heating up, it's time to chop in these green chilies into small pieces. As I mentioned you before, this is going to be a bit spicier dish rather than the other dishes which I have prepared till now. So adding in the fresh green chilies gives a very special taste to this Apollo fish. Once you're done chopping the green chilies into small pieces, it's time to chop in these curry leaves. Chopping these curry leaves enhances the taste of the Apollo fish. Into the wok. The wok is perfectly heated up now. It's time to add in some 2 spoons of oil, the same oil which we use to fry the fish. Very little in fact, because the fish is all fried and it also has some oil in it, so very little. Add in the leftover ginger garlic paste. Give it a good stir. Now that the ginger garlic paste is perfectly cooked, it's time to add in the chopped green chilies and the curry leaves. Give them a perfect stir and saute them until they give that special fragrance. Now that these chilies and the curry leaves are giving a special fragrance, it's time to add in just a pinch of salt, because there's already salt in the fish, and some red chili powder. It's time to add in the yogurt or the curd. Give everything a good mix. Add in a little, just 2 spoons of water in it, and cook the yogurt until the oil oozes out from this. So now that the oil has oozed out of it, it's time to add in some natural red food color into this, just 4 to 5 drops, and give it a good mix. Now that everything is perfect in this, it's time to add in these fried fish into this and give it a good mix. Cook until all the yogurt we have added should be absorbed completely by this fried fish. So you have to fry until these fishes absorb the complete liquid and become dry. Now that the fish is getting dried up there, it's time to chop in the fresh coriander. This dish particularly needs lots and lots of coriander. If you have mint, you can add chopped mint along with the coriander as well. Generous amounts of chopped coriander is really necessary to enhance this special dish. Add in this fresh coriander into this. Carefully mix everything perfectly. Now that the Apollo fish is perfectly cooked, it's time to transfer it to a serving plate. The aroma of this fish, wow, so mouth-watering. This wonderful Apollo fish recipe is already in my plate, so without any delay, I'll give it a try. Before tasting it, I would like to squeeze in some fresh lemon juice on this. I love to have, and this is the way I like this dish. Making this kind of restaurant style dishes at home always makes me feel so happy. The spiciness of the chilies and the red chili powder, along with the Garam Masala which we have added while marinating, and the special taste of vinegar makes and enhances this Apollo fish. And at the end, we have added all the spices along with the coriander leaves, and adding in these lots and lots of coriander leaves and the curry leaves, and if you have some mint leaves, if you add it all together, gives this a very special restaurant style taste. Don't you think This very yummy and interesting fish delicacy from Hyderabad is really easy and of course very interesting to prepare. If you like this dish, give it a big thumbs up and share with all your friends and family. Until then, enjoy homemade fresh food with fresh ingredients and stay healthy. This is Visu signing off from my Visu's Magical Kitchen. Meals and memories are made here. Don't forget to subscribe my channel here and watch my other videos here. Until then, enjoy watching my videos. Bye!